back, dear friends. Today's lesson takes us into a world that is both humbling and incredibly uplifting. We are looking at part of Vayikra that deals with mistakes, not dramatic ones, not the rebellious ones, but the kinds of mistakes that come from being human. And who does the Torah start with? The Kohen Gadol, the high priest, the holiest person in the nation. And let's talk about why that's so powerful. The Kohen Gadol's offering being holy enough to admit you messed up. The Torah describes a special chatas, a sin offering, that the Kohen Gadol must bring when he realizes he made a wrong halachic ruling. Just imagine that moment. The entire nation looks up to him. People follow his rulings, his word, practically the spiritual GPS for Klal Yisrael. And suddenly, he discovers he made a mistake. A real one with consequences. What does he do? He brings a bull offering. Publicly, humbly, honestly. It's such a breathtaking model of leadership. No excuses, no hiding behind. I'm only human. No PR team spinning the story. Just sincerity. Chassidus teaches that the holiest people are not the ones who never have errors or make mistakes. They're the ones whose egos are small enough to say, I erred. I had an error. I made a mistake. I didn't mean to. The offering of the Sanhedrin. The Torah speaks about when the greatest court of the nation, the Sanhedrin, they are the only one, these are the 71 sages who guide the entire Jewish world. If they ruled incorrectly and the nation followed that mistaken ruling, the Sanhedrin had to bring a communal chatas. I want you to picture this. The entire leadership sages who know the entire Torah, backwards, forwards, and sideways, walking together to the Beis Hamikdash, carrying a bowl for sin offering. No hiding. No, this will damage our reputation. No. People will lose confidence in us. It's the opposite. Showing their humanity strengthened the nation's trust. It showed that Torah leaders don't pretend. They don't posture. They don't airbrush their reality. Airbrush. They bring the bowl. They lay their hands on it. They confess. And they grow. The Torah says, this is Jewish leadership. The king's offering. Even royals say, I was wrong. Then the Torah describes the offering of the king, a leader who has the power and prestige to do whatever he wants. If he sins unintentionally and realizes it, he brings a male goat. But here's the incredible part. He has to bring it himself. He walks into the courtyard like anyone else. He places his hands on its head and speaks out its mistake. Because the Torah doesn't believe in leaders who float above the people. It believes in leaders who stand among the people. This section ends with a flat line that I, honestly, find deeply emotional. Fortunate is the Jewish people whose leaders willingly confess their errors and publicly bring sacrifices to him for them. Other cultures hide their leaders' flaws. Judaism turns vulnerability into holiness. Now let's talk about the Korban Ole Veyord, the sliding scale offering. For certain sins, like a false oath, the required offering depends entirely on the person's financial status. A wealthy person brings a sheep or a lamb, a poorer person brings 2 birds, a very poor person brings flour. Hashem literally says your atonement shouldn't bankrupt you. Why? Because some sins are common. People might slip often. And Hashem insists, I won't make tshuva into a luxury item. Chassidus adds a beautiful layer. When sin is cheap and easy, atonement must also be accessible. Otherwise a person would give up on themselves. Hashem never lets that happen. Why let the poor off easy here? With the false oath in particular, the Torah is lenient. Why? Because this type of mistake happens a lot. People may say something quickly, casually, without meaning harm. Hashem understands human nature. He says, I know you're not trying to steal. You're not malicious. You were careless. Come back to me without fear. So the Torah spares the poor person from bringing an expensive offering, knowing how often people can stumble in this area. When a Jew says, Hashem, I have made a mistake, he says, come closer. I want you, even with your mistakes. Now thank you, dear friends, for learning with me. May we all have the courage to admit our mistakes, uplift them, and walk forward with honesty and hope.